Okay, so this video is if you're using your own vehicle, okay? So just a reminder, in order to use your own vehicle, you have to know this information before you can figure out the answer. You have to know the year, the make, the model, and the current mileage on your vehicle. If you don't know those things, you got to find out from your parents, okay? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You are gonna determine how much it costs to drive your car per mile because of how much it's going to make the value of your car go down. It's called depreciation cost. So if my car is worth $4,000 and I take it on this super long road trip, the chances are it's going to reduce the value by like $600, which is actually what I think it's something like that for my car. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to kellybluebook.com, okay, to determine the value of your car. Now, not everybody has this is for used cars. If you have a new car, there's a different way to figure it out, but the rest of the process is the same. So please watch the video and I'll help you figure out the value of your car if it's newer, okay? If your car is older, meaning less than a 2021, okay, here's the kellybluebook.com website, okay? I'm going to find my car's value. All right. Now I'm going to type in the information I said you needed to know. So my car is a 2008 Toyota. Okay. Where's the T's? Come on, T's. Toyota, and it is a RAV4. Okay. The mileage is about 130,000. Okay, and my zip code is 84106. Okay, so type that in, hit go. All right. Then you have to pick what style is your vehicle. Okay. And I can help you with this if it's confusing. I just have the base model. So there's like the base model here, there's the higher end model, and then there's like the highest end model. So I have the base model. So I hit next. Then what equipment's on your car? I haven't upgraded anything. So if you haven't upgraded anything and you know your parents didn't get like a premium sound package or like off-roading stuff, just price with the standard equipment. If you guys did kind of a more custom, oh, you know what? I just realized my mileage was 13,000. Let's add a 0 to that. Okay. If yours is more custom, then definitely click select and I'll help you figure that out. Okay, and mine's blue. Interestingly enough, the blue RAV4 is the cheapest RAV4 out there. Yeah, because it's the most common color. So the other colors are worth more. Okay, this next part's kind of tricky. So if you need help, let me know. You're going to decide on the condition of your car. Okay. You're either only 3% of the population's cars are excellent. Like you've parked it in a garage, you hardly drove it. It's perfect. Very good is 23% of the cars. There's minor cosmetic defects and it's in excellent mechanical condition. Okay. And then 54% of the cars are good. This is usually the case for older cars. There's repairable defects. It's free of major mechanical problems. Like mine leaks oil, but I just keep putting oil in, so not a big deal. And then very few cars are fair. These are like a junker, right? So I'm going to put mine as good. If you're not sure, there is a quiz you can do right above, or I can just help you figure it out. Okay, so click next. Now it's going to calculate the value of my car based on where we live and the things I told it. Okay. Now, if you go to a dealership and trade it in, you get less money for your car. So most people do a private sale and then you can sell it to just a person down the street and you get more money for it. Okay. So they're going to give you this little table here. They'll tell you the range, but you want to click on private party. Okay. Because you're going to probably sell it yourself. And you're going to find the average. Okay. So the low end, oh, they tell you right in the middle, $6,055. They average it for you. Okay. So I'm going to, in this blank on my worksheet, write the number that Kelly Blue Book just gave me, and they gave me $6,055. Okay. That's what my car is worth. Cool. I'm going to take, so for number 2, I'm going to take that value and divide it by 15,000. That's the average number of miles driven in the US yearly. Okay, so 6055 divided by 15,000, and I get 0.40. So it's 40 cents a mile. Every mile I drive, my car loses 40 cents in value, but that's including gas. Okay, so we don't want to include the gas. We want to keep that separate because it's actually in your favor. Okay, so then I'm going to Google the average gas mileage for my car. Okay, I'm going to do 2008 RAV4. Oops, not a rave. RAV4 MPG right there. Okay, so let's see what it says. Okay, 21 city, 27 highway. What's the middle? 24. So I'm going to put in 24. So you're going to average those. Obviously, you get less miles in the city than you do on the highway. So I'm going to put 24. Okay. All right, 24 miles to the gallon. All right. So then number 4, use the average gas price of $2.17 for 2020 to determine the cost of driving your car for 1 mile. So 1 gallon of gas gives me 24 miles. 1 gallon of gas costs $2.17. So it's the cost per gallon. So I'm going to do $2.17 divided by 24. Okay, so the cost divided by the mileage, and I get 9 cents. Okay. Now, because the 40 cents included gas, I'm going to take the 9 cents out of it because I'm going to pay for gas separate. Okay, so I'm going to subtract number 4 from number 2, right? So I'm going to do 40 cents minus 9 cents, which gives me 31 cents. So it's going to cost me, my car will lose a value of 31 cents every mile I drive it. And that's the cost I have to figure out. Okay, now I still need to figure out these parts of the table. Okay, so this is where I'm going to do the other 2 questions so I have answers there. So the car of my choice would be a RAV4. A RAV4. Okay, let's change that to a V. It looks really crappy. A RAV4. Okay, so going back down here, this is where it gets tricky. Use your miles per gallon from number 3 to determine how much fuel you need for your car to drive 25 miles. I know that how much fuel? I know that 1 gallon gives me 24 miles on the road. And I want to know how many gallons does it take to go 25? Okay, it's going to be barely over 1 because 25 miles is only 1 more mile, but we're going to use cross products just like we did on the last video. So 24x equals 25, and then I just do 25 divided by 24. Okay, and I get x is 1.04. Okay, round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so it cost me 1.04 gallons to drive 25 miles. Okay, 1.04. Ooh, so far, look at the list. That's the cheapest car. I should probably take my own. Okay, but remember there's that extra cost. Okay, last thing, use the average gas price to determine the cost of driving your own vehicle for 25 miles. So 1 gallon of gas costs $2.17. So, 1 gallon of gas. Hang on, I got to look at what I did. This one always confuses me, so that's okay. I'm modeling how you persevere if you're confused. Okay, so I was totally thinking proportions, but that was where I was wrong. So I know that I need 1.04 gallons to drive 25 miles, and I know that it's $2.17 per gallon. So you had to take your answer from number 6 and use it. So I'm going to do 1.04 times $2.17. Sweet. So my answer is $2.26 to drive 25 miles. Okay, so I'm going to add that into the table. $2.26. Okay, now that you have that information, you can go on and do what I explained in the last video. Okay, so pick 2 vehicles from the list that you want to compare with your own car. Maybe I'm like, hey, if I could do the trip in style, I'd pick the Mustang. Or if I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go crazy and like drive off road the whole time, I'd compare my car to the Tacoma and the Mustang. Although my car does go off road and it's pretty awesome. And I can sleep in it. It's harder to sleep in Tacoma. Let's put a shell on it. Okay, cool. You got this. Let me know if you have questions. And if your car, if you can't figure out your car from Kelley Blue Book, because there are a few other things to think about that might come up. Okay, cool. See ya.